At exactly 5:27 a.m., the leading T-90M loses its turret. The convoy freezes, comms fracture, and a steel serpent of 32 vehicles becomes blind prey. This is the story of how 12 Ukrainian tanks, Caesar artillery, and a net of thermal and FPV drones built a kill chain in the Yampill Forest, and why stopping those 10 fuel carriers mattered more than any single tank kill. Stay to see the second front you didn't expect, and the documents in a waterproof binder that turn a firefight into a strategic shock. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great! Thank you so much. Now, back to the video. 12 tanks vanish into the tree line, but every engine note is on the board. The net hears idle, throttle, gear change. You get a full map with no eyes in the open. How do you vanish and still see everything? You pre-wire the ground before first light, and you let the enemy drive into math. The ground favors patience. North edge of the Yampill Forest, hardwoods with tight trunks and thin underbrush, a single approach road cut like a slot through the trees. A bend hides the far exit, which is why it was chosen. Survey teams walked it for days, logging distances, angles, and soil firmness. They marked 3 kill lines, entry choke, center pocket, and a rear gate. A 32-vehicle column stretches across all 3 with no room to swing. That slot road becomes a box whether the crews know it or not. The loadout matters. 10 fuel carriers sit mid to rear, coupled to mech rides and a brace of tanks. If those tankers make a hidden base east of the woods, tube and rocket fire climb for days. But the ambush only works if the first hit breaks nerves and comms. Fire too soon and you trade surprise for a near miss and a counter-battery hunt. Guns and hulls are set like pins. A Leopard 2A6 parks deep, nose to a narrow opening, long gun sighted to snap shots down the corridor. 2 T-64 BV pairs offset on staggered spurs, one high, one low, crossfire angles trimmed to slice front armor and catch turrets as they slew. Infantry recce teams sit in cold holes with glass and tablets, no chatter, only handoffs. You build a web with short lines and one brain, not a swarm of voices. Sensor fusion is the edge. Thermal drones drift above canopy, low speed, low noise, marking hot blocks and cold gaps. FPV scouts ride the road seams, not to strike yet, but to tag each hull type and the gap between vehicles. Ground observers watch will dust and exhaust plumes from shaded posts. All of it flows to a fire control node on encrypted links, where operators drag icons, set priorities, and push firing cues to crews in seconds. The effect is simple. Every unit sees the same live picture, and the picture updates faster than a driver can shift. At exactly 5:27 a.m., the net calls go. The lead T-90M takes a shot from the Leopard's line, the turret lifts and vanishes. The column slams brakes, radios spit, and the kill box snaps shut. Engines idle. Some reverse. The pause is fatal. Artillery flips the rear switch. Caesar 155s, prearranged on the last third of the column and both exits, drop a cut line of airburst and heat. The road behind them turns to shards. Side tracks get mined by fire. Fuel carriers stall. Mech troops bail and hug metal. Now the domino. A rear element takes a near hit, then a direct. One tanker cooks off, a sharp bloom that floods thermal feeds in white. The heat signature spikes. FPV teams mark the stragglers with pings and strobes, then hand targets to guns and hulls. A BMP tries the ditch, only to meet a T-64 volley from a shaded notch. Crew panic sets in, which is the second hammer, vehicles bunch, routes tangle, and every block of steel becomes easy math. In the first 3 minutes the head and tail are gone. The column is blind prey. Flames roll along the midline where the fuel sits, and the real objective burns hot and fast. But a broken serpent can still thrash. East of the trees, tracks grind as a second group tries to hook around a kill box and run the edge toward open ground. The net shifts focus before they clear the brush, and the board gets redrawn in real time. A second group breaks east. They think they've got air and time. The net had both before they did. What would you do with a flanking move that thinks it's invisible? They cut through lighter brush, skirting the main road, hulls close, infantry riding the decks. Tracks chew damp soil at a steady pace, hoping to sidestep the kill zone and rejoin beyond the bend. It looks like a clean offset. No smoke. Less clutter. A short sprint to open country if they clear the trees. But the shift is the hard part. Ukraine has to pivot guns and armor without lighting up their own positions. Counter-battery waits for a muzzle flash. ATGM teams wait for a silhouette in the wrong gap. One mistimed push, one tank overexposed, and the flank becomes a spear back toward the ambush line. You feel the urge to chase. You don't. You retask the net. The command loop compresses seconds into action. The centralized node drags icons east, tags the lead hulls, and bumps priority to the T-64BV teams already masked in new tree lines. Fire lanes get redlined. Call signs confirm. No chatter, just short bursts. Each BV team staggers shots, one to force a stop, the second to hit steel that tries to turn its nose. It's a moving gate that closes with every round. FPV teams ride the edges of the treetops, then drop into the seams. Their job isn't glamour. It's triage. They peel riders off the tanks first, short runs, low angles, small charges, to keep RPGs and rifles from setting up a hasty scream. You take the hands off the hulls before you take the hull. That opens the lanes for clean tank volleys and blocks any quick ambush from the brush. Meanwhile the guns change tone. Caesar batteries stop spraying a backfield and start bracketing the flanks route, 2 rounds short, 2 long, then a squeeze. The effect is a funnel. Every attempt to widen turns into shrapnel and mud. Vehicles edge inward, exactly where pre-sighted guns can see without shifting hulls. You don't chase them, you corral them. The forest play is disciplined. Short bounds. Hull down pauses behind knolls and root balls. Thermal overwatch from a drone that floats like a lantern, marking warm spots before they're seen with glass. The BVs inch, fire, back 2 lengths, change angle, fire again. It's chess, not a charge. 3 moves set 1 kill. Then you reset the board and do it again. You keep the fuel math on the wall. Knocking out enemy tanks helps the clip, but that's not what swings a week of fighting. 10 fuelers feeding a forward base multiplies fires far beyond a single skirmish. So you strip the escorts, force the drivers to bail, and keep the tankers pinned in zones where one hit turns into a chain of heat. If you care about the next day's barrage, you cut the fuel today. Under this staggered fire, the flanking group folds. A BMP noses into a puddled cut and dies on the glide. A tank tries to pivot out and takes a side hit through its skirt. Drones tag the runners, paint strobes overheat, and hand them off to guns that don't miss the second time. The road east stops being a route and becomes a trail of heat and steel, with short-lived fires licking at the brush and then going cold. When the sound drops, crews sweep the wrecks. In the slop by a burned carrier, a waterproof binder rides in a cargo net. Inside, a marked route and a base layout stamped for a quiet build-out east of the forest shift the stakes in a single glance. The map points to more than a convoy, it points to a corridor that was about to open. Dawn gave a clean shot, but the Real win was what burned under the wrecks. That binder and map pointed to a planned corridor and a covert base, the kind that multiplies rocket fire, ammo flow, and repair teams without fanfare. Cut the convoy, and you slam that door. If you want the mindset and methods behind decisive kill chains, subscribe, and tell me in the comments which node you'd hit first, lead tank, fuelers, or comms. Comment your choice below. Wars turn on what reaches the front. Stop the fuel and the factory never opens. The next fight starts with that simple rule, and ends the same way.